Okay, so the next video that we're going to look at with these simplifying radicals is doing the opposite of what our first pattern was. Our first pattern, we had this, and we made it into the square root of a times the square root of b. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of a times the square root of b, and we're going to make it equal to the square root of ab. Okay? So let's say I had this. The square root of 2 times the square root of 6. Well, if you look at those, neither one of those has any perfect square factors. So we're going to multiply them together. The square root of 2 times the square root of 6 is going to be the square root of 12. Now, what's a perfect square factor of 12? Yep. 4 times 3. And the square root of 4 is 2. So my answer to that problem is 2 root 3. Okay? Let's say I had this. Let me think here. Let me think. Square root of 8 times the square root of 6. So when I multiply these together, I'm going to get the square root of 48. And then I want to break it down. So I'm going to say 16 times 3. And the square root of 16 is 4. So I get 4 root 3. Okay? Next. Square root of 5 times square root of 10. Well, we multiply these together and we get the square root of 50. And then when I have that square root of 50, I'm going to break that down. So it's a perfect square part and a leftover part. And the perfect square part is 5, so my answer is 5 root 2. I want you guys to try this one. Pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, so hopefully you did that. We multiply these two together, I'm going to get the square root of 28. I'm going to make it perfect square part, leftover part. Perfect square factor of 28 is 4 times 7. Square root of 4 is 2, so I get 2 root 7. Okay? Let's look at one more. I want you guys to try that one. You can pause the video, give it a shot. And there's one other thing I want to show you. This will be one of the quicker videos. Alright, so hopefully you did that. So I'm going to make this the square root of 60, and that's going to be the square root of 4 square root of 15, so it's going to be 2 root 15. Okay? So that's a good start. That is a good start. Now, you know, I want to show you this, because we can have something like this too. 3 root 2 times 5 root 2, something like that. When you have something like this, you multiply the numbers in the outside. So 3 times 5 is 15, and root 2 times root 2 is root 4. So the square root of 4 is 2, and 15 times 2 is 30. Okay? So what if I had this? Negative 7 root, let me think here, 5 maybe, and times 3 root 15. So we take our negative 7 times 3. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Root 5 times 15 is 75. Now we know we have more work to do. So it's negative 21. And then we make that root 25, root 3. Root 25 is 5. Negative 21 times 5 is negative 105, root 3. That's all there is to it. Okay? So you'll have some problems to practice. If you have any questions, send me an email. Good luck. I think you guys are going to be good.